Well, welcome to www.happynumbers.org. Today's lesson will be changing fractions to percents, part 1. Changing fractions to percents, the first part. There are two methods to doing this. That's why we have the two parts. But a quick review. We've looked at the relationship between fractions and decimals and percents, and we realize that they all are literally fractions of some form. We've changed decimals to percents. We've changed percents to decimals. We've changed percents to fractions. And now we're going to work on changing fractions to percents. So the first part is dealing with this very simple skill set. We want to change the fraction 3/5 to a percent. Well, the first method is we can multiply the fraction times the number 100, or 100 over 1, which is exactly the same. And now we can cancel here. 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 100 20 times. Now we're done canceling. Now we multiply. 3 times 20 is 60. 1 times 1 is 1. 60 over 1 is 60. And then we just have to remember, since we're changing a fraction to a percent, to put our percent sign. So quickly a review. In this method, we multiply the fraction times, whoops, my bad. We multiply the fraction, in this case 3/5, times the whole number 100. Now this method, using multiplying by 100, is best when the denominator of a fraction will go evenly into 100. Let me give you another example. Let's try this one. Change 9/10 to a percent. Well, we know that 10 will go evenly into 100, so we'll use the method where we multiply the fraction times 100, or 100 over 1. And then we would cancel. 10 goes into 10 one time. 10 goes into 100 10 times. Then we multiply. 9 times 10 is 90. 1 times 1 is 1. So that's 90. And of course we're changing fractions to percents, so we have to put our percent sign. Again, this method works best when the denominator of the fraction goes evenly into 100. Let me give you one more example. Let's take 4/25. Let's change that to a percent. Well, 25 goes into 100 evenly, so we can use the method of multiplying by 100 over 1. 25 goes into 25 one time. 25 goes into 100 4 times. Now we multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 times 1 is 1. That's equal to 16, and we have to put our percent sign. So this is a very simple skill set. When the denominator of the fraction will go evenly into 100, you can change the fraction into a percent by multiplying by the whole number, 100. I'm going to put a couple of problems up here for you to do. Let's have you do 11/20ths. And you can do 7/100ths. And let's do 3/50ths. So put the video on pause, work these problems, and then come back, and then we'll work them together. Well, good. Let's see how you did. Let's take this one first. I'm just going to box these off so we won't get confused. Let's take this one first. 20 goes evenly into 100, so we can multiply by 100. 20 goes into 20 one time. 20 goes into 100 5 times. Now we multiply. We get 55. 11 times 5 is 55. 1 times 1 is 1, so we have 55, and we use our percent sign. Good. This one is almost a no-brainer. This is pretty simple. 100 goes into 100, so we can multiply by 100. Goes in 1, goes in 1. 7 times 1 is 7, over 1 equals 7%. This one, well, 50 we know goes into 100, so we can use the multiply by 100 method. 50 goes into 50 one time, 50 goes into 100 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6, 1 times 1 is 1, 6%. Excellent, excellent. Well, as I said, this is a very simple skill set. If the denominator of your fraction can go evenly into 100, or a number that can go evenly into your denominator can go evenly into 100, then to change the fraction to a percent, you just multiply by 100. Now here, 30 does not go evenly into 100. But we know that 5 will go, pardon me, 10 will go evenly into 30. 10 goes into 30 3 times. 10 goes into 100 10 times. Now we multiply. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 1 is 3. Have an improper fraction. 3 goes into that 10 times, and we put our percent sign. Excellent. Well, that's all there is to that skill set. That's all there is to the skill set. In the next lesson, we will be changing fractions to percents part 2, and it will be a different method. Thank you very much. See you next time.